Have you ever achieved something you once really wanted and still felt like it wasn't enough?
Hey guys, welcome back to another week. And this is the first week where we're officially starting to study for the exams. Now it's just revision sessions. Excited and nervous. I'm gonna be moving out back home in 2 months or something like that. Look, my brain just woke up. The math is not mathing, okay? I have to finish everything I have on the fridge and most of my pantry. So that's the mission for the next 2 months. But we're just gonna have breakfast. Yeah, study a bit before going to a revision session. We have actually quite a busy week as well. I have some content that I have to film for some cafes. And actually yesterday I went to do one and the food at this place was literally so good. Oh, I can't wait to edit that. But I have something to edit first before that. Not only my own YouTube video that I have to edit, which I'm a bit behind. Studying is taking priority right now. Anyways, let's get breakfast because that always makes the day better.
Perhaps it's just me that instead of feeling proud when I finally get what I'm working toward, I just tend to move my goal automatically and without even thinking about it. And this is exactly what has been happening to me a lot lately. I'm in this strange limbo, juggling content, collaborations, and cramming for finals. And I'm still trying to have fun by going to events like this lunch meeting with others. But there's still this part of me that keeps whispering that I should be further along by now. And it's exhausting. Because when you spend your whole life chasing what's next, it's so easy to forget what's already here. The fact that you are living through a season right now you once begged the universe for. I always knew I wanted to study abroad. I still feel like I'm not doing enough. Guys, it's time to try our lovely banana bread. Strawberries are almost in season, so can't wait to get the huge ones that are so juicy and sweet. Let's try this banana bread. You know what? It's not bad. I think it needs more banana though. Anyways, I'm gonna go study. There's some things I want to finish and then I want to edit. Yes, let's stop procrastinating. It's weird, right? How we can be in the middle of becoming everything we once dreamed of, and yet we forget to notice the little things, the tiny bits of joy in between the clouds. But despite all of this, it still feels like it's not enough. I think sometimes we all confuse growth with never being satisfied. Like if we're not constantly improving or striving for something else, we're falling behind. But maybe that's not growth. Maybe that's just burnout. Maybe we are already more than we realize. There's this version of me from a few years ago who would be so proud of where I am right now. And yet, here I am picking everything apart, worrying about the YouTube algorithm, about whether I'm posting enough, whether I'm studying enough, whether I'm just enough. And I catch myself slipping into that loop over and over again, where everything just becomes a task, even the things I love, like cooking or editing. It's like I've trained my brain to always search for the next mountain to climb without ever stopping to admire the view, without giving the chance for my brain to feel proud, without resting because I felt like I was procrastinating instead of trying to improve, instead of trying to grow. Because if I did stop for a second, it would mean that I was just being lazy. And maybe you've been there too. Or maybe you are there right now. Maybe you've also hit a milestone recently or done something very brave. Or just made it through a really hard week. Because to be honest, lately, those seem to be more common than not. But instead of feeling proud, you've already moved on to the next thing on your mental checklist. And I think as a society, we all do that a lot, don't we? Celebrate other people's wins, that's like second nature to us. But when it comes to doing the same thing for our own wins, that's where the struggle is. So stop for a second and ask yourself, why is it so hard to be our own cheerleaders when we need it the most? Why is it so hard to just be here? Not because it's perfect, but because we matter. You are not behind. You are not late. You're not less worthy because you haven't reached some imaginary destination yet. You are building something quietly, daily, and most often than not, that is hard for others to see. But despite that, whatever you're doing, that deserves recognition. Not the one you get when you post something online, but the one that you feel when you're alone in your room, when you've had a long day, when you're still choosing to show up for yourself. That, my friends, is growth. Personally, I think one of the biggest lies we've been told is that success always looks like forward motion. Like we should constantly be hustling, planning, and pushing for more. But some of the most important things I've ever experienced didn't come from forcing or chasing. I would have never discovered this cookie cafe if I hadn't really gone out of my comfort zone to explore the city and find little hidden gems like this. Because guys, these cookies were literally to die for. They have to be one of the best memories I've had in Berlin. To be honest, I'm still dreaming of them. And that's how opportunities work. Because sometimes these, the ones that we've been waiting for, aren't hiding in the future. Sometimes they might be just in front of you, waiting for you to notice them. But when you're focusing on where you should be, you miss them.
Another busy day, guys. But tomorrow, guys, is gonna be a more calm day because I don't have any classes or meetings with my group. These past few days, actually, they've been so nice. Like the weather's been weathering. I'm just thinking that sometimes we don't appreciate what we have. After the collaboration I had today, I don't have any more planned. There were some people I was talking to and they just not responded to my emails now. You know, it is what it is. I know I'm small and probably very irrelevant. I mean, I do want to grow and like help more people, reach more people, but I'm still insecure about myself, you know. The fact that you guys are here and you stuck around means a lot to me, especially when you guys tell me that my videos do help you. So thank you for being part of our little intimate family. You mean so much to me.
And that is something I'm still learning, especially right now. I am about to close this chapter of being a student. 3 years abroad, endless exams, new cities, new people, and still part of me feels this pressure to already know what comes next. Like I haven't even finished one chapter and I'm already worried about the plot of the next. But maybe the next step isn't something I need to control. Maybe the best thing I can do right now is trust the path I'm already on. Let myself be present enough to finish strong, but soft enough to stay open. I want to give myself the space to explore where I could go.
And it's time for some meal prep. We're gonna make some sandwiches for the week and some breakfasts.
Where that is, I don't know yet. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. But I'm tired of always trying to look ahead, constantly compare my path to others. And doing that misses the magic of becoming.
First I'm trying this new one.
It's funny because I used to think that once I found what I love, everything would just get easier. Like once I found my niche or my thing, whether it was doing cooking videos, content creation, or some future dream job, then the pressure would just ease off. I'll finally feel secure and like I am doing enough. But here is what I didn't expect. That you can be doing exactly what you love and still feel overwhelmed by it. You can still be doing something you're passionate about and still burn out. You can be excited about what's to come and still feel exhausted because we tend to overthink the future way too much. The thing is, doing what you love doesn't mean it's always going to be easy. It just means it's worth it. It was not easy to leave my family behind for the past 3 years. While I did enjoy the freedom, I also missed my family. I went from relying on them 24/7 to trying to figure out how to be an adult on my own. Trying to balance uni deadlines, planning for videos, cooking, cleaning,
editing at 1 a.m. while trying to revise for my next exam. And trust me, it has not been easy at times. So I just spent the past 2 hours researching for a book to get because I won a prize and I wanted to edit, and now it's time for dinner. I hate it when my brain just gets hyper focused on the most annoying things. Let's just hope that we have time to finish editing and actually upload on schedule. Oh, I'm really trying not to overthink this. I don't have to be productive all the time. You can have days off, okay? But no matter what, I am still grateful for this opportunity. And I think that's why we have to become more aware of the things that we're grateful for as a way to hold the joy of the things that got you here in the first place. And I think it's something that I need to constantly remind myself that I need to pause sometimes and enjoy the things I've always dreamt about that are happening to me right now. To feel proud of that little girl who made it happen. The one who figured things out on her own across different countries, who kept showing up even when it was messy and unplanned and far from perfect. And I think that's something you might need to hear right now. That you don't need to be constantly reinventing yourself to be worthy of celebrating. Sometimes the most radical thing you can do is appreciate the version of you that's still learning, still growing, still here. Even if she's tired, even if she doesn't have it all figured out. And I think, especially then, here's one thing I've noticed about comparison, and that is that it doesn't always shout. It's very quiet, very subtle. It sneaks up while you're scrolling, or in a casual conversation, when someone mentions their internship or the city they're moving to after uni. And suddenly you just feel left behind, like you've missed the memo that everyone else somehow received. It happened to me the other day when I was sitting in class and someone was talking about the grand scheme they've already locked in, and then someone else shouted how they just landed their dream internship in New York. There I was, thinking about how I haven't even picked the country to live in after graduation, let alone a career path. I don't have any plans for the summer, just to go back home and I guess have time to think about what's next for me. Well, I'm very happy for them. At that moment, I didn't really feel excited for them. I just felt small and I really hated that. I'm trying to edit the video, but it's not loading. I just lost 2 hours trying to make it work and it's not working. So I decided to shift and I'm gonna do some studying and hopefully this will work out eventually. I was not jealous or unhappy for them. It was just frustrating for me to see how others are figuring their lives out while I'm still struggling to figure mine out. Struggling with juggling multiple passions and trying to understand which ones are meant to stay and which ones are just meant to be chapters. I love filming YouTube videos, but I also love cooking. I love writing. I love being with my dog and with my family. I also love traveling and being far away from home and discovering new places, trying out new foods, meeting new people. While at the same time, I'm also trying to meet myself. Guys, I finally finished editing and the thumbnail as well. I'm scared to release this video because I'm sharing something very personal, but we have to do the scary things. But that took the whole day. I hope you guys liked the video. I don't know what I would do without your support. Let's get dinner ready then, because it's quite late. The thing is, comparison doesn't always come from envy. Sometimes it comes from fear. The fear that we're not doing life the right way, that we're somehow behind schedule, that maybe we have wasted time. But the truth is that there is no schedule, even if we want there to be one. Your timeline doesn't have to look like anyone else's. Your journey doesn't have to fit inside someone else's definition of success. Some of us are meant to climb one mountain. Others are meant to explore the whole damn range of possibilities.
But if you spend your life trying to follow someone else's path, you'll always feel like you're getting lost. When in reality, when you follow your own path, you're not really lost. You're just discovering a path that hasn't been walked yet. That takes courage, and it takes time as well. It takes a level of self-trust that cannot be measured in how many job offers you get or how many likes you get. And maybe if we stop looking at someone else's success as proof that we're maybe falling behind, and instead start seeing it as a proof that multiple things can also bloom at once, even if you can't see yours yet. To grow, you don't have to pick a version of yourself. I used to think that I had to do that I needed to decide to either be the academic one, the one that does content, the athlete, the girl who writes or reads, or the spontaneous one. I thought I needed to choose and have a label, because the world kind of tells us all that we need one. It rewards consistency, a clear direction. People love neat answers. But if I've learned anything so far, it's that life is anything but perfect and neat. It can change overnight. So when people keep asking me, what are you doing after uni? I feel confused because I don't have a 5-year plan for the first time in a long time. What I do have is this deep desire to explore all the parts of me that don't always make sense together on paper. I'm curious to see where life takes me next. At first, this made me feel like a mess, but what I'm coming to terms with is that maybe the contradictions that I see as flaws are exactly what make me human, and that maybe being a person isn't about branding yourself into one version that's easy to explain. Maybe it's about allowing room to change your mind, grow out of things, and fall in love with new ones, to hold different passions at the same time. And what helps me to feel grounded when the pressure to define myself gets loud is to hold gratitude for the things I have. Gratitude reminds me that I don't have to be one thing, that it's okay if I change my mind, and that it's alright that I don't have all the answers. Because my life, no matter how hard I want it to be linear, it will never be linear. If you're also feeling like you don't know who you are yet, or perhaps that you're too much or not focused enough, just know that you're not broken. So maybe this video is your reminder that you don't need to earn joy or to become someone else in order to deserve the life you already have. Maybe you didn't check everything off your list today, but you're here. You made it to today. You are allowed to slow down and be proud of yourself, not for the person you're becoming, but for the one you already are. So never forget that.